¿Qué pasó, mijo? ¿Qué traes? ¿Te dejaron solos? ¿Qué?
No me quieren guiar.
¿Viniste solo? ¿Qué tantos años tienes, mijo?
10.
10 años. ¿Y vienes solo? ¿Sí? ¿Y tu papá y tu mamá?
No, mi mamá no va a estar en Estados Unidos.
¿Están en los Estados Unidos?
Absolutely heartbreaking video from Texas DPS officials showing a sobbing 10-year-old from El Salvador telling troopers he was abandoned by smugglers near the southern border. The gut-wrenching scene, just another of the many snapshots of plight of migrant children under the Biden-Harris administration. And here to react is the former National Border Patrol Council President, Brandon Judd. Listen, Brandon, thank you for your time this morning. And I think I speak for millions of people who watch that video, and they have what I like to describe as righteous indignation when you think about watching that scene unfold there. Your thoughts?
Yeah, and they should have righteous indignation. This is absolutely monstrous. I have personally recovered hundreds of children that have been left behind by smugglers. I have personally recovered an infant that was left on a trail as a distraction so that smugglers could get other people across, that if we wouldn't have found that infant would have died. I have personally found countless bodies, dead bodies that were left by smugglers to die in the desert. This is something that Border Patrol agents see all the time, and it's absolutely disgusting knowing that if we had proper policy, this goes away. We don't have to worry about children dying in the desert. We don't have to worry about smugglers leaving children if we had the proper policy that would allow us to go after the smugglers, and if we stop this catch and release. If that goes away, this all goes away.
You nailed it on the catch and release, because this is one of those circumstances where if ultimately we continue to sort of wink and nod and not really get engaged in a policy that puts some teeth behind enforcement, this will just continue and continue. Let me share some numbers. This is the number of unaccompanied minor migrant children. Look at this number. 291,000 plus have not received a notice to appear in court, and that was as of May 2024, as we are now streaming headlong into 2025. That is a ghastly number, Brandon, because it means that there are hundreds of thousands and perhaps even more children out there that we have no idea where they are and to whom they've been placed.
Yeah, and that's the magnet that draws so many people to cross our borders illegally. That's how the cartels are able to go throughout the world and advertise their services. When they tell people that all you have to do is give me thousands of dollars, I'll get you to the United States, and then once you cross the border illegally, you'll be released into the United States. And that's why so many people do it. That's why so many people put themselves in the hands of the smugglers. And when you look at policy and when you look at how this all goes away, when you stop releasing people into the United States, when you stop rewarding them for violating our laws, the numbers drop exponentially. When President Trump implemented Remain in Mexico, we saw our numbers drop to 45-year lows, numbers that I had never seen before in my entire career. And so we have to look at that. Now, Kevin, I'm confident that President Trump is going to do an absolutely great job on the border. We've seen it before, but what I'm worried about is I'm worried about into the future. What happens when he's out of office? If we don't get Congress to pass laws to close all of the loopholes that allows a president to release people into the United States, then this is going to happen again. And we can't we can't do that. We can't enrich smugglers based upon policies and loopholes in our laws.
No, I think that's spot on. And obviously there's going to be some change brewing, as they say, come January with the new president once again trying to make things right for the millions and millions who've been hurt by this ghastly policy along the border. Brandon Judd, thank you so much. I appreciate your time this morning.
Good to be with you. Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.